Hello, my friends. This is a surprise live. No, there was no invitation. There was no StreamYard. No one scheduled this live. It's 3 p.m. on a Monday. And I figured that we are so busy preparing for the strategic planning day. With my whole team. We have 3 people on our team right now. Everyone is doing something else. Some people are doing the design, and some people are doing the content, and some people are doing the promotion and posting on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And all of a sudden, I realized that I never really explained to you, which you are my community, you are the Born to Do business community, what the strategic planning day is about. And I get so excited when I know that the strategic planning day is happening. I get excited by myself. I'm in my office and my desk and I'm dancing and I'm putting the music on. I'm like, yes, we're going to get to spend those 2 days together. And then I figured I may as well share with you the excitement, because if you're thinking of joining, or if you want to know what it's about, then I can give you more information. By the way, this is also a conversation. You can definitely ask more questions, but this is what's happening, and I just want to fill you in, put you in the loop, give you more information on what's going on with the strategic planning day in the Born to Do business. And if you feel like this is for you, then you're welcome to join us. And if not, then I'm happy to have you in our community, and maybe next time. And it's just something additional, extra resources for you. So how did the strategic planning day idea started? Well, when I started the Born to Do business program, I actually had an idea that I wanted my entrepreneurs, the members of the program, to have everything they needed to be able to be successful in their business. And when I was in a program, I felt like I had received a lot, but there was one thing that was missing, among other things, but specifically was the strategic planning, which was financial projections, knowing what are my projects for the next quarter. And so I said, in my programs, I want to have that option that people, entrepreneurs that have businesses, they need to stop. We all need to stop once every 3 months to actually look at our business and actually look what's happening in our business. What are our numbers? How much money did we make? How much money do we need to make to cover our costs? And also to, of course, have our revenue goal for the year. Now, this, of course, everyone is going to say, yeah, you can do it yourself. You just go into your tool, your spreadsheet or whatever. But those are the kind of things that we postpone all the time. I don't know if you agree. And if you're live, you can type in, tell me when is the last time you did your financial projections by yourself? Or tell me when is the last time that you actually looked at your numbers on a regular basis without having to be prompted, or without having to make sure that everything was okay. So I said it's much easier, much more fun to do it together. Let's do it together. Let's have this fun time so that we can, actually be in a room, whether it's a physical room or a Zoom room, and, give the instructions, give the tools. I have amazing spreadsheets. I don't know if you speak to anyone who's worked with me, even when they stop working with me, they continue to use the tools and the spreadsheets, because those spreadsheets are basically managing your business. Those tools, not only spreadsheets, all the tools. And so, for example, the last strategic planning day, I actually shared with the participants of the day a financial dashboard, which I had made especially by our good friend, Aliza Naon, who is our systems expert. And I actually had it made so that every entrepreneur who has this dashboard can see right on their spreadsheet where they are, what is the revenue they're making, how much money they're making per product, per target market, whatever is the metric that they want to follow. What is, the difference between their the difference between their revenue and their cost. So what is their profit? How do they compare from the last few months? How do they compare with last year? And so it's such a simple, well, it's not so simple to make, but once you have it, it's just to plug in the numbers. And then you have that dashboard that you can see and look at every day, just to know, okay, this is where I am. This is where I was last last year, this time, this is how many clients I have, this is what products is working best, right? All those information that we need our dashboard, right? It's like if you're a pilot, right, in a cockpit, and you need to actually, the plane, you need to see all those information before you can drive or fly with the plane, right? So that's just one example, the financial dashboard. But I also share the 90-day goal plan, which is like gold for the members of the program and people that come to the strategic planning day, because it's a tool that allows you to sort by projects and by goals and by tasks and with timelines and with, and deadlines and project who is responsible in your team. To have this overview of this is what I'm going to do the next 3 months. Because have you noticed that there's no end to how much projects you can work on and how many tasks you have? I mean, I don't know about you, but I personally have a never-ending to-do list. My to-do list is on and on and on and on, and I spend so much time. My team is always, laughing at me because I spend so much time organizing. Well, I don't have a to-do list. I have Asana. Thank God for Asana, because we can organize it by projects. Right? But I don't know about you. Maybe you want to put it in the chat. Like, don't you feel overwhelmed every time you have, to look at your to-do list? And so the 90-day goal plan is a great tool, but it's not only the tool, it's the whole mindset. It's the whole, the whole journey and experience that we go around that we say, okay, let's only pick 3 projects. And why do we pick those projects? And which ones are more important? And how do we choose the priority? So we do all this together. And the truth is that we have a lot of fun doing this because we help each other and we hold each other accountable and we give support. And sometimes someone's going to say, oh, I don't know if I want to put that project in priority. So we brainstorm. So it's really a fun way to make sure that we are basically more in control and we have more grasp over our business, whether it's our numbers, whether it's the projects that we need to have to work on in priority. And we also have, for example, the campaign calendar, which is a very, very important tool for the strategic planning day, because as soon as we know how much money we need to make, in order to reach our financial goals for the year, then we reverse engineer and we say, okay, this is how many clients I need, this is how many proposals I need, this is how many leads I need, depending on your funnel. And so then I need to have a campaign calendar that covers this whole time so that I can actually reach my numbers, right? So this is really not optional. I don't know how to say this in any other way, right? It's every time I start working with someone, I'm like, okay, everything we do in the strategic planning day, you have to do at least every 3 months. And then you have to update and, make sure that you follow it, like maybe every month or every 2 weeks. Some people do it every week even, but you cannot have, it's like, if you had to, bake a cake that you've never baked and you say, I'm not going to look at the ingredients or the quantities, I'm just going to do whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like, which is probably what you're doing, right? Which is what I was doing before I had all those tools, and which is what a lot of members of the strategic planning day and the Born to Do Business program were doing before they got into the program. And you're welcome to put this in the chat if this is something that you recognize, right? It's like, what am I going to do today? That next week I'll do this. Let's promote that. Let's share this. Let's do that. And then we always have this feeling of overwhelm. This is exactly why I actually started the strategic planning day, because the feeling of overwhelm is basically putting us in a very nervous tension, feeling of frustration. Type in the chat if this is also what you feel, right? That we're always frustrated, that we're not actually getting to where we want to go because there's always more and always more and always more. And so there's never, there's no satisfaction. Of course, you're going towards a goal and people say it's the journey, it's not the goal. Yes, but I still want to feel something while, I'm doing it. I still want to feel the satisfaction, the satisfaction of crossing out or making a check or saying I've done it, right? And in that case, when you don't have a plan, when you don't have a structure, when you don't have a tool, when you don't have a system around that, it's a never-ending process. And so the strategic planning day is not really, really an option. That's what I want to tell you guys. I want to tell you that it's not really an option. Also, once you feel organized in one area, whether it's your finances or your marketing, then you have ripple effects, because then you start getting organized in other areas because you feel more in control. Or maybe you start even getting more organized at home with your family, right? Because you feel like, okay, I've done it here, so let me do it here, let me do it here, let me do it here. And so it's really a good feeling that, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what the plan is. I know what the structure is. I know what I'm expected to do. And every time, oh, that's a huge one, guys. Every time there's something new that comes up that you're like, oh, what about if I did new products? Or what if I started selling to a new market? Or what if, how we have those ideas at least 10 times a day? I know I'm like this. I'm sure you are. Well, that's when you can go back to your 90-day goal plan or to your campaign calendar and say, wait, is that in the plan for Q3? Did I plan this? Is that in the books, right? And then you can say, okay, it's a very good idea. I love it, but right now it's not in my goals. I'm going to put this for Q4. And then you have some kind of list open for Q4, all your ideas. By the way, the members of our program, when they start Q3, they already have their list of ideas they had the past quarters that they didn't want to do because they were on track with their projects, right? So it's really about starting to learn how to be the CEO of your business and not just a self-employed someone that does everything in their business, right? That's also why we're going to talk about systems. That's also why we're going to talk about teams. That's also why we're going to talk about how to manage the projects for your teams, right? It's really about knowing that if you don't do this, if you don't track your numbers, if you don't plan your campaigns, you're going to continue doing whatever you feel like without having really expectations or goals, right? So it could be that if you're still in the beginning, it could be that you're going to be able to get away with doing it like this for a while. But if you're planning on becoming big, or if you're already big, or if you have clients and you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, then you're going to have to put structure in your business. And the truth is that using tools that have already been proven, formulas that have been already tested, people that have already been using those, that's going to get you so much faster to where you want to go. It's just going to give you the results much faster. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know that expression, right? There's a reason why. It's because you don't have to do it from scratch every time. You can learn from experts, right? And then you can see how some people that are in my programs, by using those tools, those specific tools, and by using those systems, some of them have not only doubled or tripled their revenues, but they have made in 1 month, just after a few months in being in the program, they have made in 1 month what they've made in the whole year. I've had clients that started with me with no clients at all and ended up with a full capacity, right? Now, this is not only in the strategic planning day. Let's be honest, right? This is over the full program, but the tools that we teach in the strategic planning day are the backbone, are the core of the tools that every entrepreneur should use, and every entrepreneur, of course, in our program used. And it's like a recipe. It's like a formula. It's like, use those tools, apply this, know your content, know your numbers, know when you're going to launch, know what your goals are, and then you're just gonna make it. That's the recipe. You're going to be successful. You're going to follow the recipe. Now, if you don't structure your business, it's either that you're going to go back and being like your own boss in a job where you have so much to do that you feel overwhelmed, or that you're going to stay small. And that's okay. It could be that this is where you want to be today and you're like, I'm fine. I don't want to be more structured, or I don't want to have more clients, or I'm okay with the overwhelm, or I feel like, I'm alive. Some people feel alive. I have some people that I feel like even if they could get organized, they like to stay a little bit overwhelmed because they feel alive. That's okay. That's fine. Now, this is my 2 cents in, because I felt like we're promoting, we're selling, we're doing Facebook ads, we're doing the event, I'm talking to people on private message because people are interested, but I'm not really talking to you guys. So that's why I figured I'm going to go live. I'm probably going to come back live this whole week to tell you more about what the strategic planning day is going to be about, give you a little bit of behind the scene when I'm preparing, because I love sharing content while I'm preparing. And so if you have any questions, by the way, if you're here, let me see if you're here on the live. If you're here, because I can't see in the StreamYard, as you know, you can type in the chat and say, hey, I'm here. You can say, have you seen already that we're promoting for we're opening registration? Do you have any questions? Is this something that you want to, that you feel that you want to share, or you want to, does it resonate? Do you want to join us? This is really like an open conversation. It could be it's not the right time. It could be that you've been waiting for this and you didn't even know it existed, and now here I am, and here I am sharing with you this option. So if you have any questions, even if you watch this later, or if you want to know more about the strategic planning day, you can type in the chat here, or you can send me a private message. Me or my team will be happy to answer. I'll give you a little bit of logistics information. It's 2 days from 4 to 8 Israel time, because we wanted to be also joined by people in the East Coast and the Pacific Coast. So we couldn't make it, we wanted to make it at the time where everyone could really join. And it's, it's the ideal time. So it's going to be Sunday, July 11th, Monday, July 12th from 4 to 8. But as soon as you register, you get the workbook, you start preparing, so that when you come in on Sunday, you already have all your homework done, so that we can dive in and start really looking at your business and do it together and have fun. So again, if you have any questions, you type in the chat. If not, I'll be back a few times this week to share more amazing stuff around the strategic planning day. Bye for now. This was fun. Bye-bye.